with a very long, I can't say very long, but a very sweet long-range goal against Salernitana, who he likes to score against, scored 4 against them last season.
I mean, loves them apparently.
Scored 4 against them last season, so now he has 5 goals against them in 2 games, no, in 3 games, let's say. Nicola Barella, who has, to me, has been Inter Milan's best player this season, still. Because apart from holding force in the midfield, he's coming up with the goals. This is set-piece goals. He's trying to like get them.
You just find him in the right place at the right time.
Exactly, and his goal is just not anyhow good. It was a beautiful takedown, then a slap to the bottom corner. I love the fact that he's coming up with the goals when they are missing big man Romelu Lukaku, and Edin Dzeko seems to have dried up with the goals for a while now. It's nice. It's nice for Inzaghi's boys. Inzaghi's Inter Milan.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice for Inzaghi's boys. Yeah, pile on the pressure. Although they find themselves 7th on the log, but still, it's still early seasons, early days. You are already picking up. Continue on that stead. Let's see how it goes till the end of the season.
And actually, we're expecting quite a lot from Inter Milan. But
clean sheet for them, nice.
Very good for them right there. Chanolo as well, having a very good season as well. So notable mention to him. Away from that, let's move over now to Milan, the Milan counterpart. Verona taking on Milan. You had Inter Milan go ahead off of an own goal. AC Milan. Crafted, produced, directed, and manufactured by Rafael Leao. Yeah. And you had Veloso was the unlucky man who actually got it in the back of his own. Then Verona came level 1-1. I was looking like, okay, is this where Milan will be, dropping it? And then Tonali came with the goal, and what a goal that was. Yeah, talking about where AC Milan are, we know that Napoli and Atalanta are the ones giving us the neck-to-neck battle. But AC Milan are also somewhere in that mix. In the top 3 right now, they currently sit in 3rd place. 23 points they have. I think, okay, let me say I think. Let me ask you, at this point of the season, would it be ill-advised to rule out AC Milan to actually withhold and retain their title?
You can't rule them out. How would you want to rule them out? Last season, they were not up by this time of this. They weren't top. They were just vying like the way right now.
There was actually a lot of swaps.
Napoli, Atalanta, and
Inter Milan.
That's where we are again this season. We have just been waxing lyrical about Napoli and a little bit on Atalanta side because they have been unbeaten, especially Napoli, who have been Schwarzbockley, beating everybody anyhow. But that doesn't derail the fact that AC Milan has been coming up with the goods. They just started the season on a very high note. But then they had a couple of draws. They lost here and there, and the Champions League was not
the smoothest of runs.
Yeah, it was a bad experience for them over 2 legs against Chelsea. So that affected how we were seeing their campaign. But now they came back with the win over Verona. Although Verona they surprised me a whole lot because I was like,
because everybody was sitting on the log. Yeah, on the log going into this game. One would have expected what it was. Yeah,
I was like Verona they're gonna get beat, but they held forth. They held their own until the 81st minute before Tonali shook them inside the eyes, painfully though. But it is football. It is what it is. I'm not ruling out AC Milan. I've said it before. They've got players. You just mentioned Rafael Leao, Sandro Tonali, De Ketelaere.
Giroud also is in the mix there.
There's Giroud. There's a lot of footballers, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, one day or the other. There's the king of subs, Divock Origi. They've got players. They've got talents. They've got Theo Hernandez. I can't start to mention, but
it's Brahim Diaz also.
Yeah, there's Brahim Diaz, and the season is still early to an extent. It's still a long road.
It's a marathon.
You are not going to say Napoli are going to go unbeaten to the end of the season. It can happen, same as Atalanta, but they are going to have their own bad days. And their bad days will turn out to be AC Milan good days. And I do not see AC Milan seeing a chance to get all 3 points and 4-3. No, when they know they are defending champions, when they know they want to continue in the Champions League, they would definitely want to get a point. So I'm not ruling AC Milan out for anything. I see a competitive what's it called? League Syria. I see a competitive Syria and Napoli, AC Milan,
Atalanta. It's quite the matchup. It's quite the
Inter Milan. Oh, Juve. Lazio. Okay. Lazio and Inter Milan will be fighting for the last spot.
Wow, talking about your top 4 predictions already. Just maybe Juventus might, just
enter into the Europa League spot.
Okay. All right.
Or
Talking
best,
about
or best
Juve,
is probably Conference League.
I'm sorry. I need to ask you this time around.
I've said it before. It's Juventus
Would you
is my
like?
Syria,
Would you
is my
like?
Italian team.
Would you like to
How
take
would
over?
Allegri be doing that thing for me like that?
But they won. David Torino 1-0, and it was quite the result.
They won with. Huh. Don't let me.
It's
Don't
a
let me use
derby.
that. Don't
It's
let
a
me use that
derby.
analogy for them.
It's a derby. They got maximum points. What more do you want from
Okay,
Allegri?
it was the Turin derby, and the person that they beat, Torino. When was the last time Torino won anything?
But even though it's a derby, form goes out the window.
Form goes out the window. Fine. But when was the last time Torino
Give this
won?
man credit. Juventus getting maximum points, but they still sit 8th placed on the log.
Juve 8, Dortmund 8,
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
It is quite the lineup.
There are my 3 teams. Can you imagine?
I think you need to change it too. I don't know what you
I'm
need
18 at the moment right now.
Bars. Okay, and talking about Juventus, let's give them credit. Going into this game, it's not like we expected them to put up a fight, we expected them to give us a game to watch. It was a lone goal, but let's give them credit. They kept a clean sheet. It was, I won't say a statement of intent, but if they continue in this stead, the problem with Juventus so far this season has been win one, lose one, win one, and you continue with that. So it's not been smooth sailing.
Yeah.
But if they continue like this, win, and just get momentum and make it a bit more difficult, to play against you. I think they're going to have a shot at the end of the day.
Fine, they will climb up the table. I'm not disputing that. But when do we want to stop the win 1, draw 3, lose 1, win 2, draw 3? That is their story this season. The win over Torino it wasn't all rosy. It was not as if they outplayed them, no.
It was almost
it was end-to-end stuff. They had their goalkeeper to thank for it. There was a shout about handball in the game. Torino were very late in the game. Could have easily been a penalty, and boom, 1-1. But Vlahovic came with the goals. He's repaying the money they paid for him. I'm not saying he's definitely going to repay the money, but the manager should allow the boy to be scoring more goals. Put him in position to be scoring more goals. Let your play produce goals, not defensive wise. We know you are a very defensive minded coach. His team has considered the 3rd least goal in the league
so far, yeah.
We know him for that. But we want goals. Come on, give us goals. Goals win you games. That is just it. So.
And goals, Juventus, I think, will be going on to get. But let's see how the rest of the season does shape up. Let's quickly talk about AS Roma right there. They got maximum result over Sampdoria. Sampdoria 0, Roma 1 right there. So Jose Mourinho's boys back to winning ways. Pellegrini, the man from the penalty spot. And talking about the fact that I won't say Roma have been 100. They've been here, there. But they are still in the action. They are still in the mix. And it's going to be ill-advised to rule them out. They currently sit 4th place on the log, 22 points they have from 10 games played. Your thoughts on that game?
Well, it was a good win for Jose Mourinho's team. It was a very good win. Pellegrini with the penalty to give them the solitary goal. We said they have been missing the services of the injured Paulo Dybala.
Absolutely.
But that was not stopping them getting on maximum points. It's a good win. Apparently, they are not very far from the top of the table, 4 points behind the table toppers, which actually feels like a stretch at the first instance. But well, this is Jose Mourinho. This is I want him and his team to do better than this. I want them to be. They are in the top 4, right? But I want them to vie. They will continue this. They should not be giving us 2 wins, 3 wins, then plenty draws and losses. We don't want that. We want a steady line of action between you and the remainder of the team on top of you. So it was a good win for them overall.
Good win for Roma. We'll be going on a very short break. When we return, we go back into the action and we're talking about the La Liga. Stick around.
So
hey there. So you think you know about football? Join me, Omola Bakeraji, on SEETV every Tuesdays and Thursdays and put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. To participate on the live quiz show, our handles are on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. It is at SEETV Live, and on Instagram and TikTok, it is at SEETV Live 1. So if you think you know about football, this is the place to be. Welcome back. It is still football analysis on SEETV. Now on to the action that went down in the La Liga. Marquee action, absolutely. The El Clasico. I loved it. Real Madrid taking on Barcelona 3-1. It ended in favor of Real, and it was quite a comprehensive win for Carlo Ancelotti's boys. That game, you predicted 3-2 last time out. You did not mention who was going to win.
But I mentioned one goal scorer.
3 was correct. 2 was not, because 2 goals was not scored by the opposing side.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that game? Okay, we know that Real Madrid won. How impressed were you with Barcelona's performance?
Oh, they were impressive. I would not like solidly and everything. But what you cannot defend against is Carlo Ancelotti's attack. It is hard for you to defend against Carlo Ancelotti's attack. You should ask all the vintage coaches that are in football. Before you can defend against Carlo Ancelotti's, you need 14 players. It's not easy for you to do that with 11 players, right? So you would think, oh, the attack is here. Let's go to the right wing. It's there. It's there. It's where Vini is. Oh, it's here. No, it's where Valverde is. You might see the ball up here. Hey, they might be passing around before you can say
a long ball is thrown,
a long
and
ball
your
is thrown to
defense
the side
is
and
caught to ribbons.
Straight up.
You had Karim Benzema. What a goal! First of all, you had Vini, Cruz releasing Vini, and it went in on goal.
What sort of pass is that from?
I should
Cruz?
ask him.
He was on the floor literally, and the ball still left his boots with so much pace.
And accuracy, we should mention. You got Vini. Ter Stegen did very well, saved the rebound. Unfortunately, you couldn't do anything about Karim Benzema. Made no mistake to score from that point on. I mean, that distance, really. Yeah. Of course, he was going to score. And let's talk about the second goal, Federico Valverde.
Oh, come on, Federico. To an extent, it felt like a carbon copy of how they scored the first goal. More problems on the left-hand side. Then, square the ball to the middle. Boom!
Goal.
But Valverde is not even your left that is hot. Your right leg too is hot.
Every part of that boy's body is
look
hot.
at the way he
at this
plays
point, like, he's so good. Talking about him, and he's such a young talent.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed. Absolutely,
very,
I think Real Madridistas absolutely are impressed as well. Barca looked like they were going to get back in that game. Courtesy a Ferran Torres goal. 2-1 it was. We're like, game on, bring this on.
Selfless Lewandowski as usual. After Ansu Fati did perfectly well to
get the ball out,
brush off 2 players, square the ball to Lewandowski. Now like if I hit the ball here, the keeper might get it.
And it's credit off for
just left it.
Ferran Torres.
Slightest of touch to Ferran Torres to empty net straight up. Albeit Lewandowski had actually lose their chance in the first half. It was not his fault. He tried his best. Then Rodrigo, the man goes danced through the defense. Got
the penalty, and he did not make a mistake from that spot. Game over. It was 3-1.
So apparently, Madrid is the only unbeaten team left now in the
league. And that's very, very interesting, because going into this game, Barcelona were yet to lose any point. But hey, now Real top that table, 25 points they have from 9 games played. And at this point, this is where you start to ask the question: who will bring Real down?
Teams.
Who's going to be their kryptonite? We still wait to see. I mean, we've seen who Barca's kryptonite is. They've been handed their first defeat of the season in the La Liga, courtesy Real Madrid. Let's see who's going to be handing Real Madrid their defeat, or perhaps they might just give us an unbeaten run. Yeah,
but no lies. I'm here with my Barca bands and everything, like Agbavi and Mavi, but I want to be truthful. I was impressed with Barcelona's play. I was impressed with Xavi's play. If given enough time and enough backing, he's going to do amazing work at Barcelona. That's just the honest truth.
But that's the question now. Time seems to be a commodity that Barcelona cannot afford.
Barcelona should
talking
about
the finances.
If they fire him, which manager can they afford? Can they afford Samson Siasia with the money they are in, with the debt they are in? Do you know the amount of debts?
I will believe in that. And they're going to Athletic Club, taking on Atletico Madrid. What a game, what a goal, what a result, I would say, for Atletico. And they got maximum points in that one. 3 goals. Beg your pardon, I say 3. I'm trying to give Atletico an extra goal, apparently. Antoine Griezmann was the goal scorer. And what a goal, what a movement of the ball. How good, was that goal?
No. What actually made it a perfect goal was the keeper's stance. Where the keeper stood was like, okay, if I move ACL straight, but it was a teamwork goal. I love the fact that Atletico played like the Atletico we know, like the vintage Atletico we know. Play attack wise, defend.
Give your life.
No goal was look at Jano Black. Jano Black was like a man possessed. Every ball clap clap clap.
Like his hands were everywhere. And it's
Yeah.
very interesting to know that Atletico Madrid had one shot on target and that resulted in their goal. So
That vintage Atletico.
exactly
Vintage
like you said.
Atletico.
So shout out to Yanel Black because he was able to actually deny Athletic Bilbao, something in that game because they could have scored.
Yeah.
They came close to scoring quite a number of times, 3 shots on target. They had. So the table was very interesting. Atletico, the way it's arranged now is just the big boys just lining up, behind each other. You have Real Madrid up top, 25 points. They have Barca 22 points. And Atletico Madrid 19 points. Let's see if something is going to be changing.
That's my own problem in La Liga. Same. The only other team that is not there is Valencia. They are the only ones suffering right now. Valencia and Sevilla.
They're struggling with form right now.
Just the two of them. But the rest of the boys same. And the Real Betis are looking like the new guys that want to be entering the top 4 every season because they've got new players. They've got
quite investments.
It's working well for them. It's good.
Okay, let's move away now from the La Liga to the Premier League, where we did not have the El Clasico, but we had a particular fixture that has.
For a name to be calling it now.
I think so. I think we just might find one very soon. We'll be starting with that game because it has to be the biggest game of the weekend in the EPL. Liverpool taking on Manchester City. 1-0. It ended in favor of Liverpool. What a game! What a result! How important should we say this game is, having Liverpool hand Manchester City their first defeat of the season?
How important to who?
To City and to Liverpool.
Okay, to City, this is like they were brought down back to earth. Like, although we know them to be living in the sky, they're sky blues, but they were brought down back to the earth with that amazing vintage performance from Liverpool. But that would not derail their process. We know Man City, they come back. To an extent, I am pitying who they face next. To an extent, because I know they'll face the wrath of them not scoring a goal at all at Anfield. They scored one disallowed, rightfully so. But their next game is going to be fire for fire. Whereas to Liverpool, this is like a big motivation. This is a motivational win for them. Like, so we can do this. We are still here. We are still Liverpool. We might be hit on the log. We might be having problems with our defense, our midfield, our injury crisis. But yet, we are still who we are. We just can't come to Anfield and just because you are beating everybody, you are Man City, you have Erling Haaland, you have De Bruyne, you have
Foden, you have everybody.
At the peak of the powers, you just can't say, okay, you want to come here and come and do the Nottingham on us. You want to come here and do the West Ham on us. No, it's not happening. We are going to hold our and that was what happened. Chances were far and few in between for Erling Haaland, every one of them. Erling Haaland had his chances. Don't get me wrong. He had 3 good chances. Only 2 were clear out of them. Beautiful saves from my big man Ali. But that does not derail what Liverpool did in that game. They were the team of the night.
And absolutely, they had a pretty good game, and Edison was called to action about twice, I guess.
Yeah.
2 shots on target was what Liverpool were able to register, and they were able to get 1 with
and
Edison.
That's the funniest part. That 2 shots on target feels like Liverpool should have had like 8 because of the amount of attacks
and chances they were able to create. And talking about the stats in that game, Liverpool had 36% possession with Manchester City having 64%. Passes, 407 completed passes, 702 for Manchester City. A bit more on that game. Let's talk about the officiating, which has sparked a lot of reaction, a lot of talks, a lot of controversy, I would say, as regards the officiating by Anthony Taylor. That game, you had, talking about Manchester City's disallowed goal.
Yeah.
You had Mo Salah go in on goal, right? And Edison had a very, very fine save.
Beautiful save.
It went out, right?
For a corner kick.
For a corner. It was played as a goal kick. That was where it started from. That's where it started from. You had Erling Haaland's foul on the shed pool on Fabinho.
After he gained the ball off him.
Got down, play on, let play continue. And then Haaland went in on goal. Alisson was able to save that.
Alan hit the ball off his hand.
And then
Foden
tapped it on. There was a lot of talk, a lot of reaction because of that, and you had some people say perhaps the shot put for Fabinho was too soft for the goal to be cancelled and be disallowed for.
I want to ask, just put a saying that, did you start to watch football yesterday? Because I've not seen any professional match, any professional footballer that would say that was not a foul. If Haaland and Fabinho were vying for that ball, it was a 50-50. Understandable. Haaland was in possession of the ball. Fabinho got the ball off him clearly and was already on his way. Then you dragged him down. Allowed Bernardo Silva to take charge of the ball before spraying the pass. Right? For one. First one, the free and the goal kick that was supposed to be a corner kick. Nobody actually fought for that mostly because our club boys were on the alert. We are not going to be whining about we not getting a goal kick or not getting a corner. They stood their ground and were playing football. So that passed, the goalkeeper had the ball in his hands. Haaland hit the ball off his hands, and Foden was able to tap in. 3 fouls leading to 1 goal, and they're still here saying that the ball was not supposed to be this. The ball was not supposed. I do not care any amount of level the person is. The person is obviously saying that out of spite or saying that because he's not clear about what football is about. That is an obvious and blatant foul on Fabinho, and it was absolutely correct for the VAR to call the back. I don't know what's up with Anthony. Probably we should just leave football and go be doing Taylor. That's just the reality. I don't know what he's doing.
You just had to throw that in.
I had to put that in. He needs to be doing something else.
And I mean, talking about Anthony Taylor, there's been quite the talks. If you can remember the Chelsea game earlier in the season, Chelsea taking on Tottenham, that's a 2-2 draw, and we had a lot of talking points in that game as well. And also we had red cards in this one. We had Jurgen Klopp sent off. We had Jurgen Klopp, Thomas Tuchel, and Antonio Conte sent off in the previous game. Talking about Chelsea Tottenham now, but hey, I think from this point on, Liverpool getting their 3rd win of the season, finally, eventually. And we have Manchester City getting their 1st defeat of the season. It's going to be quite interesting what shapes up going off of this 3rd. Let's go now to the table toppers, Arsenal. Arsenal went to Leeds United and got maximum points in that one off of a Bukayo Saka stunner. What a goal from the man. Saka seems to be the man on fire right now.
Yeah, he's the boy from Momotonso, as you would say.
Absolutely. And what a goal it was. But it was a good goal from Arsenal. We have to give that to them. But they seem to not be able to handle what Leeds United just in March were throwing at them, really. And talking about that, what was your general thought about the game? Like, how vulnerable did Arsenal look to you?
Yeah, Leeds deserve the points. In all honesty, if you ask me, Leeds deserve the point. They should be holding Patrick Bamford responsible. They should probably. No violence, but Patrick Bamford cost them the game. Not just the penalty miss. He had another sitter that come on, Bamford, what is your problem? So, but let's just leave that aside. One of the most amazing goals from Bukayo Saka, the man of form, beautiful layoff from Odegaard. Arsenal are playing beautiful kind of football. They attack you. When they attack you, you're in problems. You just have to hold your stead in the defense. But that does not say they won't score. But their backline, their midfield, the continuous process of of facing those guys, it is telling on them. I've said it before. Can Arsenal withstand the pressure of the Premier League, the Europa League, the Carling Cup, the FA Cup, everything all joined together? It is hard to say. This is the early stages. You are still saying they are winning their games, they are clean. But when the time comes, you are going to see how much is going to tell on all their young boys, most of them. Only Granit Xhaka and who else is over 30? Thomas Partey is 30 plus. Everybody else is 20s. It's still going to tell on these boys, not now, but very soon. And I'm not wishing them bad. I love the fact that they're on top of the table. Their mental fortitude seems to be growing per game. But is that going to tell to the middle of the season, end of the season? I don't think so.
Talking about the congestion
of fixtures,
as well. So
they play tomorrow as it is. So
they take on PSV. That's their postponed Europa League game. So it's going to be quite interesting what shapes up really in the EPL. We're going to be having swaps with Arsenal. I've been topping the table from the start, and massive shout out to them. You have City quite in a close second. But now they've been handed their first defeat. Arsenal already had theirs a couple of weeks back. So we'll be seeing how the rest of the season does shape up and who and what I mean, what's going to be happening and who is going to be toppling the other person. Let's move away now from the action that went down, talking about Leeds and Arsenal. Let's go over now to Chelsea getting maximum points off of Aston Villa. Chelsea going to the Villa Park. They wanted something, which is to continue with the momentum they've been on. Maximum point, just get the points. That's it. And they did. And Mason Mount, the man with the brace. And what a good win for Graham Potter. But let's talk about Steven Gerrard's boys, talking about Aston Villa. How impressed were you, or how unimpressed were you by Aston Villa?
No, I can't say I'm unimpressed with them. I was very impressed with them. The only person I was unimpressed with was Tyrone Mings for his error. Because apart from his error, I think he was the one that brought down what was it for the second goal as well. He could have had a better game. He could have had a better game, but it is what it is in football. You don't have a better game all your life. You have bad games and good games. I was very impressed with Aston Villa boys, because after they conceded the first goal, they were all over Chelsea for the whole 45 minutes. They were all over Chelsea, and Chelsea have Kepa Arrizabalaga to thank for, because Kepa seems to be like the man. Like, I don't know, he's reborn. Like, Kepa saw the chance and took it. Like, no, my name is Kepa. I'm going to be your number one keeper, not Mendy. Come on. And he's been doing amazing. He's been doing. Do you know how many point blank saves he had in that match? Like,
quite a few, yeah.
That I saw point blank saves in that match. He kept them in the game in the first half. Then came the second half. Chelsea were able to readjust themselves defensively, because I was saying it, because I don't know why Graham Potter would start 2 left backs and leave Kalidou Koulibaly on the bench. But it is what it is. I think he saw what I saw, and he swapped. I'm just saying. He changed.
Oh yeah, we did
he
see
changed his approach, and missing out after capitalizing on the Mings error. Yeah. Gave the second goal. What a knuckleball free kick! Come on.
It was pitch perfect.
Yeah.
And shout out to Chelsea.
Deceived Emi Martinez totally.
It was stuck. Rooted at the spot right there. So 2-0 for Chelsea, and it's very interesting how the log currently sits. Let's talk about.
Potter is on a run, nice run, and yet to concede.
Yes, which is quite interesting.
Very interesting.
Yet to concede. They had in the league.
In the league.
Because Champions League is a different ball game entirely. Okay, let's talk about Manchester United. At the Old Trafford, it was a goalless one. The United teams came together. Manchester United nil, Newcastle nil. So they were decided to share.
They were united in the goalless part. They decided to be united.
I see you. I see what you just did there. And that game, we didn't have any goal, but we had enough action.
Yeah, these are the games that could have ended like 3-3 or 3-2 or 1-3 or something like that. But they both had chances, numerous chances. They both have. I think, okay, Man U had back in the bottom back of the net 2 times. We ruled disallowed. Yeah. Both times Ronaldo goal. The first one, understandable, was an offside. But me, I'm still going to argue that the second one, whereas the free kick error between Trippier and Dominic Pope, where Ronaldo capitalized and slot the ball, I'm still going to reiterate that it
was supposed to be a dead ball. The ball was supposed to be a dead ball. Though we're going to be arguing. Yeah, it wasn't a dead ball.
To an extent, but that is where the redo of the whole incident came up. We don't know if it was dead, it was undead, it was a back pass or not. But I'm still going to the undead. But I'm going to stay like Eddie Howe, I'm impressed with him. Knowing the fact that he's going to Old Trafford, knowing that Man U are going to come up with their guns and try and get everything his boys held their fault. I felt he was looking just for one goal and go and hold the defense. Look for a goal and just hold the defense. Joelinton was unlucky with two crossbars and the post. But overall, it was a very, very good game. I enjoyed it. With Rashford very, very wasteful. Or
perhaps unlucky.
It was wasteful at some point before the last header. I don't know what to. I can't say. I don't even know what to say. I'm not a Man U fan, and I felt for Manchester United fans with that last attempt. That was the 95th minute header. Casemiro gave you a Modric-esque ball, bro.
Just do a Rodrigo-esque.
Come on.
But that did not happen. So we had United. Both United teams, talking about Newcastle and Manchester United, settling for a point in that one. But let's look at the standings. We have Arsenal, Arsenal 27. So they didn't swap anything. They just stayed where they were and gained 1 point while they were at it. Arsenal 27 points they have first on the log. Manchester City 23 points they have. Tottenham Hotspur, we're going to be talking about now, 23 points they have. They're tied on points with Manchester City. Wow. Chelsea 19 points they have, but they've played 1 game less, okay? And you have Manchester United a game less as well, 9 games they have played, 16 points they have. Let's talk about Tottenham Hotspur. they took on Everton at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 2-0 it was. They beat Frank Lampard's boys. And this is one game I would say that the scoreline actually isn't painting the actual picture of everything that actually went down, considering how much
chances
Everton had, but they just could not do anything with. They had no shots on target.
Yeah, these are the times where I'll be like, okay, is this now the coach's fault? Is this the gaffer's fault? You guys were playing ball, but look at Onana. Just what was he doing? Look at Demara Gray. What was he doing? Blasting the ball over the roof of the net when you were very close to goal. Square the ball or calm. You are a footballer. You're supposed to have composure to an extent. Be composed. Come on. And they fail to do that. Whereas you can't say the same thing about Harry Kane. If you give Harry Kane his life to sniff.
And a very interesting penalty. He got the goal.
It's 400 appearance, 400 Premier League appearance 400 appearance as a whole for Tottenham. And what a nice penalty.
What a way
the right way, but you are not catching that ball.
Absolutely.
You can't pick it.
It's Harry Kane. Oh, goodness. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, beg your pardon, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was the man who got the second goal for Tottenham, and that consolidated the victory for them. Antonio Conte, I don't think we'll have any complaints.
Also, with the way he was celebrating Ojberg's goal, I was like, bro, just be chilled.
Okay, and let's do a round of the Premier League. So let's stop there. A quick foray, I should say, to the Ballon d'Or award. Last night we had
Karimu.
Yeah, you already guessed it. Karim Benzema, the best football player on the planet right now. That's what he is, winning the Ballon d'Or. And for the women's side, you had Alexia Putellas for Barcelona getting the Player of the Year, and you have the Copper Trophy. They're talking about the Golden Ball, Golden Boy. Gavi getting that one. Yeah. So and then for the Yashin Trophy, best goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois for men, and the Get Muller Award. Very interesting award category, I should tell you. Top scorer Robert Lewandowski was the man. The Barcelona forward was the former Bayern Munich man. So for the Socrates Award, the first time of its kind, this is the first time any player is winning that particular award. Is going to Sadio Mane of Bayern Munich. It's given to players who have, shown their they've put their all mark, for humanity, for all the services and all that. And for the Club of the Year, which that's what we're going to talk a tiny bit about. We're going to be talking about the club that has the most Ballon d'Or nominees. Is how they get the Club of the Year. We have Manchester City getting top place in that one. First place they have Liverpool coming second, and Real Madrid coming third place.
Let me pause. Let me hold you down for a second. Hold me down. Liverpool second, Man City first, Madrid third. Champions League last season, semi-final. Who did Madrid beat?
Manchester City.
Final. Who did Madrid beat? Liverpool. What did Man City win last season?
The Premier League.
What did Liverpool win last season?
The FA Cup and the Carabao Cup.
What did Madrid win last season?
The Champions League, the La Liga, the Super Cup. We know they won a lot. We acknowledge that they did win a lot.
They sleep?
No, this is the France award, the France football.
France football. Under what name?
The point shot is that way. That Manchester City getting that one. And
undeserved. They should be third or second between Liverpool, and they should be fighting for second and third. I don't care who comes second. I don't care who comes first.
But it's very
Real Madrid cemented that first spot after winning the Champions League. The 14th Champions League.
It's even very interesting the fact that they played both sides on their way to win the title.
Beating them.
That's okay. Talking about the second place for the men's award, though, let's talk about Sadio Mane finishing second. The first time the Senegalese is getting that spot. And for third place, we have Kevin De Bruyne of Manchester City in third place. Robert Lewandowski coming fourth, and Mohamed Salah coming fifth. That's the top five right there. And a lot of complaints, a lot of talks.
Yes.
Like Kizzy Baba is already mentioned.
Some swaps should be happening. Don't get me wrong. I love KDB. I love KDB so very much. I wish he was in my team. I've always reiterated it over and over again. But KDB won the league with Manchester City. Nothing else.
Yeah. Mohamed Salah, Ajax goal scorer,
Ajax assist. His teams were in every final
possible.
Same with his national team. Egypt.
Well, they didn't win it though.
They didn't win, but they were in the final. Where was Belgium? Bikono, I beg.
Okay, but I mean, the award has gone down. So let us know your thoughts. Do you have a differing view as regards who won it and who didn't? Or would you have preferred someone else to be there? A notable mention has to be the fact that this is the first time in how many years we're having Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi away from the top 10 spots. We have Cristiano Ronaldo getting 20th place, finishing 20th place in that one. And you have
don't say Messi's
Lionel
position.
Messi in
Don't say
83rd place. Which is very, very I think this is the time we need to acknowledge and accept that this is an era, and it's about time the baton has been passed, basically. So let's get ourselves out of the studio. We hope you had as much fun as we did, because we had a swell time, right?
Yes, so I mean, we don't want to leave. I still want to talk about.
Yeah, of course it wants to. Okay, you guys, talk to us across our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We are there. All right, on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, we are at SEETV Live. And on Instagram and TikTok, which we are currently live on right now, SEETV Live 1 is where we are at. So from me to you, and from myself and Izzy Baba, we're saying adios and bye for now.
Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. I won. We beat Man City. Bit awful.
Feisty and fiercely contested games of football we have seen so far this season, and many more to come. Surely the champion put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media.